Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I'm having a play with the Irresistible blooms. I've got the paper, I've got the stamp set, but I didn't buy the dies. I thought it's easy enough to fussy cut the flowers out, so that's one of the reasons. I've looked and there's a beautiful swirl in this long pattern. Let me show you the paper. So you see this pattern, you've got a die that cuts out this shape, which is lovely, but I wouldn't buy it just for that one die. And also it cuts out like a wreath. But I've gone through my stash, I'm going to be using some of these papers, and I found this was off, I think it's Birds and Branches. So this is actually copper foil papers that I come across. This was in a card, you know the laser cut papers we had some plains and some gold. Well, this was in one of them, so there's another little wreath. And then this one is cut from, let me see, it's cut painted poppies, and it's a die there from this set. So I thought, well, I'm not just going to buy these dies when I've got other little bits that I can have a play with. And I was going through my stash, like I'm saying. I found this, which I'm going to be using in a bit to put some edging, because I'm going to do a easy, medium and a wow card. So I haven't made any yet, but I'm going to be using these elements. Whether I use just those two or I use all three. I cut a small stitch circle out. I couldn't find I don't have the 1 3/4 inch punch because it broke ages ago. So this is slightly smaller at 1.5, but it still fits. Maybe, I don't know if it'll fit not quite, but it'll get my hello and it hooray, and maybe it'll get, unless, no, I don't want to mess around, but it'll get the word hello in there. So we're going to make 3 cards using this beautiful stamp set. I have done some fussy cutting. I haven't mounted anything yet, but I used a punch to punch out the flowers that come in the designer series paper. Only reason is, do you know when you're trying to fussy cut something out and you've got it on a full sheet of 6, because these papers come in 6x6. So I popped them out with, I've cut quite a few out, but I'm going to show you how I cut these out. Literally a circle punch first, and I've got no messing around. I'm still cutting them out, yes, but I've got less paper in my hand for me to tie myself up on, because I can get a piece of paper literally, and I'm all shapes and there's bits of paper sticking out everywhere. So I keep putting my arms forward, and I'm sorry because I should remember where my camera is, but look how quick that was. Even the larger ones, you can literally, I've literally got a fraction of paper to cut off, whereas if it was still on a piece of 6x6 without hacking, and there's roughly, I think there's 9 flowers, 3 large, 6 medium that side, there's 6 that side, 3 this side, and then believe it or not, I even cut away the ones on the side, because I'm on the third, on the wow card as I'm going to call it. These are going to go on the edge of the papers. I'm going to do one of the floating, what do they call it? Oh, I can't remember. We've done one once in the past, a while ago. The floating frames, that's it. A floating frames card. So I'm going to be framing the centre of one of the cards, and I'm going to make it without even having to use, what's it called? Seal and stick, is it? Oh, I don't know. I've got a roll of it, but Gade. Is it Gade or Gauge? Or Glade? Glade, I think it is. I bought it about 4 years ago. I watched, what's the name? Oh, I can't think of her name. Jennifer Maguire, her husband invented it apparently. If I remember rightly. I don't want to tell Porky, so I think it's her husband that invented it. Press and seal, that's it. I didn't even get there in the end. So I'm going to do a floating frame without using press and seal, because I know some of you still use those techniques, and why not go back to them anyway, because they made beautiful cards. And I've literally been through my retired stamp sets today. Look, see, that's all the waste I've got. I haven't got a whole sheet of paper that I'm trying to cut around. It was so easy. Let me show you quick. I don't really need another flower, but I'll show you where. So I'm using the 2-inch circle punch, but do you know, instead of trying to cut all around this paper and it gets caught on your hands, we've all been there. So pop it in and just pop your flower out, and I even cut like that to get my end bits, and then I've only got that little bit to cut out. So pop it in, punch, and you've literally only got that much paper in your hand. So that's what I did with mine, and I found out it was a lot easier, a lot quicker, less fuss. And if it's just another quick tip for you girls, so right, cards. I've got 3 card bases. They're all the same size. They're 5 7/8 by 8 1/4, and I'm going to score and burnish them in half at 4 1/8. If you're American, yours will be 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. Just score them at 4 1/4. So there's card 1. I'll try and keep the. I think I scored these a long time ago, because I've got a desk full of cards. There they go, that's gone together. And the scoreboard for some reason does not score. It scores it, but it doesn't do it bang in the centre. So I'm going to keep my hand and manipulate my card so it folds quicker. So I'm only using stamps out of the stamp set, so let's pick out. We're going to do a thank you, hello, and hooray it's your day. I think we might as well stick to those. So I've got ovals, hooray it's your day. This one says thank you, and then we've got the hello. So we've got our, I may use a speckle as well. I'm not using the flowers today, I'm using the cut aparts, and I'm also, look, I found old, these are Whale of a Time, but there's some colours in there that'll match my papers. I've also got some gold, red and black, which will match, the gold and black will match some of my cards. Woven thread sequins, again, some of these will go with the Flirty Flamingo. No yellow one, but this one's an old set. I mean, the code 144, I'm on 16, there's 20,000 products since then. So, and these are iridescent sequins, and there's yellow in there. So I've got old sequins, which saves me buying gems. But it doesn't save me buying gems, I still buy them, but you know what I mean. So the first card is going to be so quick, simple. I've gone ahead and cut myself some strips, and these all measure 2 1/4 by 6 because my paper's 6 by 6. So I literally just want a strip. So we've got that way and that way. It's just deciding what I fancy. Oh, that one's quite nice actually, but I'd glue that on and cut that off at the top. That is pretty. So that'll go with some lovely yellow flowers. I've also got the leaves, they're cute, and I've cut loads of leaves out as well. And again, I've cut some end pieces of leaves. Look, so if I'm on the edge of a piece of paper. I'm not going to let that go to waste. So I do get all my bits out of my designer series paper, so there's no waste. I just put them in there to keep them. I've got this one. Do I want flowers on top of flowers? Oh, that's pretty. I do like that though, you know, with the green. There is also a darker one, which is really pretty as well. So I just cut 2 1/4 off each of these, and then look how pretty that is. I mean, that's a card in itself. Yeah, this one, our quick card, is just gonna be, I do like that. I think that is absolutely beautiful, but you could use that in with fishes, because it looks like seaweed as well, doesn't it? I like that. So let me cut these 2. Oh my goodness, this is just going to be the quickest and simplest cut. Did I pull ribbon down? I can't remember if I got ribbon down. Obviously not, but I've got baker's twine, I've got crumb cake, whisper white, basic black, crumb cake, I think it's grey granite, and berry vanilla, so I can use those. And I'm just cutting a 2 1/4 inch strip. So 2 1/4, and then that would leave me, for other card, would leave me 3 3/4. That would go on a card blank and give me a nice white edge either side. So for each sheet of 6 by 6, I'm still going to get 2 card bases, unless I wanted to even cut that again. I can cut that to 2 and the other one to 1 3/4, and again I've got a nice card base. Oh, look at that, isn't that pretty? Nice sentiment, a couple of gems, done and dusted. That's how quick you can make these cards. So let's get these out of the way. So we've cut a little strip, and again we can use just a strip. We can have it over this side. I think that is really pretty. I like a little bit of open space. You could have it bang in the center. I think that's cute. And you could also lift this, you can have it full length, so you could just par it up, but I like to see a little border. So you could literally chop that little bit off there and have this side, nice decoration. You could even have just the swirly bits and go through the center of the card. Oh, it's endless. These are beautiful cards. So what I think I'm gonna do is just do that, I think, or I'm gonna use this piece just for my quick and simple card, and then we're going to step it up a bit with other bits. So let's put them to one side. So this is going to be our first quick and simple card. My card is 5 7/8, so I'm going to chop this down to, let's try 5 3/4 first, just to see. Just give myself a tiny little, oh, that's perfect, a little border top and bottom. I mean, you can keep the scraps, but that's all that one is. So let's get my glue. I always wrap it on for the first 10-15 minutes, don't I? And I should just get on with it. Wish I knew where my webcam was and if it was working, because I do a YouTube live. So I'm keeping myself a tiny little gap at the bottom, a tiny little gap at the top, but I'm keeping myself about a 1/4 inch gap either side. I lost my mojo for a little bit, and I was sitting here blank and I just couldn't think of anything. So I went through all my old stamp sets. Oh, I must have, oh, wait there now, oh, 40-50 stamp sets that I haven't even used over the past 3 years, that I bought brand spanking new. I'm either going to do a video or I'm gonna go and sell them, because some of them I know for a fact I'll never use. And it's one of those phases I went through while I was with Stampin' Up. It was a case of I wanted to buy everything because it was in the catalogue and I thought I needed it, and everyone thought I was a demonstrator. No, I'm not a demonstrator. I did try it at the very beginning when I first joined about 7, 8 years ago, but it just didn't do me any favours, and I decided I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't want to sell, I don't want to be held accountable for anything. So right, grabbing my Versamark, only just giving this a light tap because I know this stamp set is mega strong. So look at that light tap, and I'm just going to place a couple of these splodges. Look how strong this is, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do on this one. I'm going to get my squidgy cloth. I'm even going to stamp straight on to here, and I'm going to use the thank you because I know it's going to fit. So let me line this up, girls. I'm going to just go to the side. Oh, look how cute that is. So get all your ink off. I should keep my squodgy cloth out, shouldn't I, because I'm going to be using it quite a bit. Look at that, I cleaned that and I cleaned that and there was nothing on that, so keep your squodgy cloth out. So I've got my scrap, I've got my cloth, I'll keep that to one side, I've got my droppy bits, and now I'm just going to grab, I think I'm going to go with these because these are old. Flirty Flamingo, I think there's some I think it's pumpkin pie, and there's some gorgeous pinks, but they are definitely big enough for this card, and they're going to give me some. I'm not really a sequins girl, as you know, girls are not really the best sequin lady in the land, but I'm going to pop. See what I mean? Because the glue goes right through the hole, that's why I don't like sequins. Look, they just don't want to stick. What is wrong with this? Don't like it. So let's see if I can get it on there instead. Right. I don't like sequins. Can you tell? I'm trying to turn it over. Right. Small ones are better. Two there. I've got a bit of yellow in here, so I'm going to pop a yellow on there. I've got a blob there. Got a big one there, but let's see if I can get this one on now. What's wrong with it? Use the back end to squash it down. Just not, and this, I can never get used to this as well. So right, one more. I got one there as well, so I'm going to keep that as that. That's my first quick and simple card, she says. And I'm even going to quickly decorate the inside. So I've got these half flowers. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to glue it just right along the edge there to give me a little bit of decoration on the inside. I'm going to come level with the bottom of the card, but I mean, how simple was that? how simple is our first card. If we want to go one better, get my little bow maker and grab the white. I think I've run out of all the other white. I think that's the last bit of my white, so let's see if I can make a tiny little ribbon with this. I'm pushing it, mind, but you know me, if not I'll just make a, I don't think I can make one that small with my fingers. Oh no, let's see if I can make a small one with my fingers. Probably not, because it always twists the linen thread. I can't do it right. I'm going to use it on something else. There we go. Let's make a small bow. Oh, this seems a little bit thicker than the stuff I'm using. It may be because it's new. So a loose one. I've got my little ribbon scissors. I'm going to tidy those ends up. And I'm just going to pop that just under there, little dot of glue, as if it's caressing those flowers. And that will stay on there eventually. But look how pretty that card is. That is card number 1. I'm going to put my glue away just for a second, because the next card we're going to do, we're going to step up the next one. So that's card 1. We're not going to be literally using the same DSP, but we're going to step up the card. Let me pop that to one side. So card number 2. I'm not going as wide this time. I could go with the same paper, or I could go with, where's that other paper? Is that the one with the dark? No. Where is it? I think it's dark pink. It's not that pink. There it is. Is it that one? That's a darker pink, isn't it? I've got that one. Oh, that's different. Oh, there it is. That's why, because it was hiding. What am I like? Let me just, I've got those now. I've got them. See, again, I've cut up all the leaves. I've taken a trim off this one. I've taken a trim off that one, and I could even cut that one down, but we'll save that for another card. I like the leaves on that one. So I've got myself a piece of black cardstock. I'm literally going to cut myself. I'm going to do 5 5/8. That way I got a card base, which I'll keep in my stash. Oh look, there's a piece as well. Where did that come from? Oh, I've got another piece in my stash. Oh, that's the one we just used, isn't it? Yeah, that's the one we just... Oh, I've just found a spare. Right, so this should be 5 5/8. I'm going to trim this down to 5 5/8 or 5 and... No, I'm going to keep it at 5. And I'm going to cut myself, because I want some of these lovely little strips. So I'm going to do... So I know this is 8 1/4. I'm going to cut myself some 1/2 inch strips. Keep that to one side. I'm going to stick with that paper, I think. I've got another piece there in case I use it on the 3rd card. I have been cutting myself some of these gold leaves, and this leaf is from the floral, I can't remember, I'll tell you now. I have got a head like a sieve. So I've cut myself a load of these leaves out just to save on. You don't want to sit and watch me cut all those out. And the leaf is from these Paper Florist. It just comes from there because the set that Irresistible Blooms has a leaf similar to that. So I use that instead. I'm improvising, girls. So, and I'm using some of that beautiful brushed gold paper that I had from Stampin' Up many moons ago. So let's take those out. Some of them have still got the centers in, some I'll pop out, but I've done 9 leaves. Oh, there you go, centers are coming out. But now I want to cut 2 of these strips. So I'm going to try my best to get some washi tape. I mean, if you've got any other border dies, use those. But I'm trying to cut this as straight as possible. And there goes my battery. Give me 2 seconds, girls. I'll swap it over. It was full when I switched it on. I must have used it the other night. So I'm going to cut one out because I need 2. It doesn't want to, oh, there we go, it's going through. So there's one. And there is that beautifully stitched edge. Oh, see the stitching? I want one more. I will be cutting some more out. Look at this beautiful stitchy edge. You could save that for a different card. And if you offset your plates, it goes through quicker. Perfect. I'm going to be using this again. So let's just, oh, beautiful, leave that on there. Ready for the next card. Let's just pop that out the way. So I'm going to attach these on the back. I know you won't see the stitching. Mind you, I could add them to the front. My card is slightly longer. Don't forget I'm going to trim it off. So I'm going to attach that to the front actually. So I'm just going to go along the stitching. Get my silicone mat. Nothing sticks. Still got my beads on there that I did the other week. So I'm literally lining this up with the stitched edge. So I've got my flary bits, as they called it. Again, I'm just going to switch this over. Add a bit of glue, and I need this again to be lined up on the bottom, and I'm just lining the stitching with the edge of the paper. There we go. And I just give that, get rid of my silicone, just gets rid of the excess glue, doesn't stick to my silicone mat. Let's have a look. It looks pretty good. Now I need to cut my cardstock down. Whoops. And I'm going to cut this to 5 and Oh, look at that, 5 3/4 gives me a perfect little edge. And if you wanted quite a subtle edge, instead of having it poking out like that, you could literally glue it on the back and have just that tiny little fringe poking out on the back like that. So let's see if that looks any better. Let me see if I like that look even. I may chop my card down actually. So I'm going to trim up those edges because that's not quite straight. I want it to be, look, it's out a mile. So that is nice and straight. So what does that measure? That is 5 3/4. Let's cut my little cardstock down to 5 3/4. Just so it fits. So then this is, oh, it's upside down. Just get, oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. That is beautifully lined up. I think you need to be, if you're anything like me, don't rush like I am. Take your time. Line your papers up. And this time I'm going to grab some dimension. Oh, I need some more dimensionals. Get them out of my packet. Because I've only got the mini ones left on my desk. That's okay. I'm not going to use my ribbon scissors. I'm just going to cut some of these. Not wasting them bits. That's my ribbon scissors. Let me put them away before I end up cutting something and blunting them down. So, nice big squadgy piece. I'm going to add, I'm going to put one in the middle there and another one there. And then they're only the edge pieces, but this card will be worth it. So this is stuck to my finger. It does not want to come off. So I've got my little, take off the back ends. I've got bits everywhere. These, I'll tell you what, I like the black ones. I've got a few left and I will use them up, but oh, they're a bugger to get off. So I'm going to stand this up on my desk, knowing then that it's going to be level with my card. I'm going to pop out some of the centers. Oh my goodness, I can't even pick these bits up. I'm just going to pop out the centers of these leaves. And I'm going to have them sticking out the side that way. It just adds a little bit of, takes away the, takes away. So I'm going to be using this one. Oh, I don't know. They're going to cover up all my... Oh my goodness. So I'm going to add that there. I'm going to add glue one side and dimensionals the other. I'm just going to stick one on there. Grab some of my glue. And I'm not really covering up too much of the flowers because it's still there. So that is cute. I am going to just dot some glue, and again I'm just going to stick it under there. I'm going to have a double leaf there. That is so cute. I am literally going to grab one of my beautiful large flowers. And I'm going to pop, oh, I might go for the yellow actually, is it? Look at me dropping all my bits. None of these will go to waste, trust me. I'm going to be doing a serious, look. I like that actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I got some, these are from the Dandelion laser cut papers from about 4 years ago as well. And I've got 2 of those. And I may just add one of those. Oh, wrong bucket. What am I saying? And I'm going to add a couple more dimensionals because I'm going to have that on dimensionals. Do you know what I might do actually? I'm going to have this just up there a little bit so it's hanging over the edge. I'm going to take the little circle, which is 1 and I think it's, what is this measurement? I think it's the 3rd one down, and it measures 1 5/8. So maybe just a 16th over. And I'm just going to have the beautiful words hello right in the center. Oh, look at that. I love it. Wipe off the excess. Got my sponge, and I'm gonna just hover that there. Oh wow, that is gorgeous. Another dimensional just on the back end. So I'm gonna go there. I know it's got some layers, but it's going to be worth it. So that is going to, oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. Love that. Let me just grab myself a nice little, flirty flamingo. Get my glue put away because it's just like, it's so warm in here tonight. It's been tipping down. Let me call that raining as English. But where's my little dots? And I'm just gonna grab little splatters. Perfect. Oh, absolutely beautiful. And we've got our hello, and I'm just literally gonna add my beautiful dragonfly again with glue. I'm going to make so many cards with all these cut out flowers and all these cut out leaves. I think I might just add it down the centre. Perfect. I am just going to this time, I won't be able to touch it for a while. I am going to grab my Nuvo dots and I'm going to pop a little blob on its head and then a little dot in the centre of 3 of these flowers, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I can just about get a little dot in the centre of there. because they're only small, they're still going to take about half an hour to dry, but that is absolutely gorgeous. Love that card. 2 little leaves poking out. Could we get away with a 4th down there, a 3rd down there? That is sweet. Yes, I think I will. So let me pop that. Oh, Gaynor's just smudged it with her arm. Look, look, silly sausage. Oh, what am I going to do now? I'm going to use my... What am I like? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add my leaf and cover that up. Oh, what a good save. Let's see if we can get a whole leaf and no bits hanging out of it. There. Oof. I can't believe I've done that. I've just been on about saying it's going to take all that time to dry and then I go and smudge it. If I glue all those leaves and then I can come out that side. Gaynor's, what am I like? I am covered. Look, I got it on my arms, got it on my fingers. It dries quick on your skin. Doesn't dry so quick on your card. What am I like? So keep your fingers away from it, Gaynor. White gel pen, white gel pen, right? I'm just gonna get rid of this. Doesn't work. There we go. I'm just gonna round that off so it looks like a spot. And look at this. I wonder if it'll work. Let me grab some black. Let's just see if it shows up, because I know the black one absorbs the white pen. Oh, I could do white stitching. Oh, look at that. Could give me some white stitching. Just in between. This is supposed to be my second card, not my wow wow card. Watch his body, Gaynor. Oh, that's nice. So I've added some white stitching effect on there. I'm not going to add anything on the inside for a minute because of my smudges, and I'll tidy that up a little bit more. But we've got our little black dots, we've got this beautiful dragonfly, we've got our gold pieces. So this is card number 2. Let me pop that to one side as well. Oof! Let's go a different colour. Gaynor's gone wild on the pink. So let's pick, I do like that. I do like that a lot actually. But I haven't got any, I've only got greenery. So will that look? No, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. I'm going to pick this. And then we're going to do some floating. So this time I'm going to cut that into 3 inches. I'm not going to use the black anymore, I don't think, because we've used black. So let's keep this at 3 inches. I'm not going to cut anything off this one this time. because I did say about turning one of my cards into a floating. I've got some gold paint. This is that gold, brushed gold. This is out of one of those kits, but I'll keep that in there. This is the brushed gold. I've also got the brushed copper. Beautiful. I've also got plain gold. I didn't know I had. I think I'll have a strip. No, I'm going to have the brushed gold because I've got brushed gold leaves. So let's cut. I know it's 6 inches wide. Yep, I'm just going to literally cut myself ½ an inch. And that's all I'm going to need. I'm going to cut one of those fluffy edges out again, which is here waiting for me on the die machine. This time I'm only having the, where's the tape? There it is. I'm only having the ripple effect showing on the front of the card. I'm not going to do the stitching this time. Like I say, this scalpel, the edge came out of a die from the painted poppies. I best cut that down properly. So, oh, that is beautiful. A little bit of tape. I'm just going to nick that off. Because that is it going to be long enough? I'm going to hide the stitching this time. Oh yeah, now if I start at the top, it's got bits of washi tape on, so if I start at the top, hide the stitching, I should, oh look at that, just have a little gap. Oh, there we go. That's going to look beautiful on there. Could we even have it on this side? I'm just thinking of a shorter card with this. Stitch edge. I keep it a long card, so I'm going to keep it a long card. Right, get this put away, Dana, before you lose it. Now that's from the painted poppies. So I will cut another one of those out. This came from the penned, sorry, it came from the penned, hand penned petals, not the, that came from the painted poppies. So let's get that and that sorted out. Let's get my machine in again. Let's cut this lovely image out. I'm just being a bit frugal with all my other sets, so I don't have to keep buying other sets. And I'm just going to fetch that straight back through. It's got a lovely stitching all the way around, and again I might just use that for a flower this time. Cuts that out lovely. I like the gold, it's so pretty. Right, glue. Let's get this card together because we've just spent long enough. So that's the side I want. Just gonna glue all the way to the edge. Oh, trust it. I'm just gonna oh, perfect. Got a little snippet going over the edge, which I'm going to cut from that side. Nothing over that side. Woohoo! We're on a roll. I'm going to use my bone folder and squash that down. Right, this is how we're going to do it now. I'm going to get my half bits out of there. My flowers, my half bits of flowers, because I'm going to be using some of those. There they are. Not sure what colour that is. Oh, there we go. Pink. We want the pink ones. So, right. I got a flower that'll fit there. Let me see if that's the better colour. There. Thing is, we need a tiny one, so I've got a smaller one there, so I'm going to have that, that and that. I'm going to use a half of one on there because I'm going to use flowers as leaves as well. So I'm just using what I need. I'm going to grab myself my little dandelion again. I'm going to grab 3 of these. I've got 3 there that haven't got bits chopped out of them. I'm going to pop them back in there. I can hear something moving. Oh, it was just my bag. So let's get these popped out quickly so I can use this as well. They just pop right out. I'm also looking forward to going home to be with our great Lord and Saviour. The rapture is really close now, girls. I hope you're watching out for him. I can't wait to go home. I want to meet all you girls who are in Christ, same as me, my brothers and sisters. Right, dimensionals. I'm just going to grab myself a packet of dimensionals because we can't do it without, especially floating side cards. So I keep all mine in here. I've grabbed the small ones. I've got a container with small and a container with large. Oh, Gaynor will get there in the end, please bear with me. So, more dimensionals. I'm just gonna start popping these flowers. I'm only gonna put 2 on each, but it's gonna look like one of those beautiful floating cards. I don't care that it doesn't match up perfectly. I'm going to use some of the side bits that I cut off on my side flowers. You get some really deep ones on the small dimensionals. So, and I want one pretty close to the edge, but without being too close. So I am going to have 3. They're just bits. And then I know it's not the same shape as that, but I want my little floater. I don't care, like I'm saying, if they come off the side. I'm only adding 2, that way I can slot my leaves underneath. And I'm pretty much going to overlap some of these. Don't ask me if I'm doing a good job, but I have no idea. I'll leave that. that up to you lot. But I'm going to overlap this, and I can literally take my scissors and just trim, because I want the floating card look. So it looks like all my flowers are floating in midair. I'm gonna, again, am I gonna add that there or at the top? I can't have it too far at the top because I don't want to cover that much up. We'll sort that out in a minute. So glue, I am literally just gonna glue all of that so none of the bits fall out, and I'm gonna tuck that in there. Ah, beautiful. Same with these. Absolutely gorgeous. Now I need to see, so I'm going to stick another one in there. Again, I'm just going to slide this in. And don't worry if it's hanging over the edge. I'm just going to snip that off. Again, it looks like a floating card. Absolutely beautiful. Let me just grab my card. I'm going to leave myself a small whiteboard, or am I going to come to the edge? I think I'm going to come to the edge, you know. Oh no, I'm going to leave myself a border, so grab some glue all the way down, and I'm terrible. Look at me bashing up my cardstock. Oh, so let me open up my card. I know where my crease is, so I'm going to keep about a quarter of an inch from the edge again. Here's my bone folder. Look at that beautiful edge. And I've got any excess glue to scrape off because I'm going to use my trimmer, and I don't want it messing up my card. I'm mucky when it comes to using glue. So pretty much we've done the same with the second card as we've done with the first. Cut that little bit off. Oh, that is beautiful. Do I use this? Again, that is just going to be absolutely stunning. And then just do a centerpiece. Do I use the darker copper, which I could just, no, or we could use the bigger one, or I could cut some of that down. No, I'm going to stick with this one. I do like this. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So glue, glue, and dimensional. Dimensional. Oh, there's a new, oh, I'll have to show you. There's a new stamp set. There's a new die coming. I'll get it right in a minute. There's a new punch coming out. It looks like a circular punch, only it cuts. Let me grab my glue. I'll show you now. It just saves anyone who can't afford to buy the punches. I'm just going to save you a time saving trick. So I'm just going to overlap that there. That's going to give me some beautiful, I might leave this off this time, or just have it poking out that side. So I'm just going to dib this down so it glues it all down. Don't add too much. And I want to overlap in this time. Gorgeous. Right, I'm going to show you the Right, the punch that comes out punches out a shape like that, but they're rounded. So it's, I might have used a piece of paper that was a little bit too wide. Let me see. It's, I can't remember what it's called. Everyday ovals or something. So this is now 1.5 inches. Let me try that. I'm only showing you on a punch. So go in, get it in the center, punch, and then you're gonna go, look at that, my punch needs, let me try that again because my punch is playing out. Right, try and get it in the center. That's better. And then you're going to come in the other side and just have it, you can have it the same width as the punch, or you can have it longer than the punch. I'm just saying it would just save you some pennies. And that's what more or less, but it's rounded. The only thing you're going to get different is this, doing it this way is going to look like that punch, but on the actual punch they're going to be rounded off. I mean, you could take your scissors if you want, but I'm not that good. So that's the 1.5 inch width. I think this one's 1, and I think that was 2 inches, but that would be ideal to punch. May even cut that down a little bit more. Whoops, let me see. Gaynor wants to get it right. And even if your punch is played up on one side, she says when she gets it in. That's it. There we go, made it a little bit smaller. And this time I'm going to have the Hooray It's Your Day. And I'm just going to use that. Because that's the new punch that's coming out, or will be out by the time you see this card. Because I'm hopeless. That is cute, cute, cute. Going to get rid of as much ink off there as possible before my cloth dries out. Bet they get that back in there because it's drying out. And then that is just going to pop in the centre there of that beautiful shape. And again, I'm just going to grab some dimensionals that I've cut off already. I hope you like the cards anyway, so there goes my bag, which just fell off. Press and peel. So it's more or less like a little floaty card. Remember we did those a few years back. So I'm just going to hold this up. And you can still see that beautiful stitching. That is absolutely gorgeous. I've just dropped my paper on the floor. I best move it though, otherwise my chair will destroy it. There we go. And this time I'm going to go in with the gold sequins. Let me see if, oh yeah, I've got some little gold pearls here instead, because I don't like sequins. I've never been a lover of sequins. Remember pokey tool off my beautiful friend Gloria. Again, I'm going to add one to the center of each of these flowers, which are just absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to add one on my dandelion, and then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to use those gold pearls. I have got some gold gem, but there we go. 3 cards using the Irresistible Bloom, a quick and simple, mind you, a not so quick and simple, which was supposed to be my second card, and then an even nicer one on the third. But that's just that colour. Can you imagine how many other cards you can make? So we got a bit of a common colour, then we've got all out on the beautiful gold. You could even splash on, let me grab my Stella. I'm going to squeeze this so I know it's coming out, and then I'm just going to flick it on my card. There we go. Not even going to brush it on my flowers. We're just going to splatter it, and we're going to give it some sparkle juice. So there we go, my girls and boys. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Hope you've enjoyed. Let me see. I'm not going to add any more twine. I don't know why I buy so many sequins. I'm not a lover of sequins, never have been. I think I bought them years ago thinking I've got to have them. So, well, there's my 3 beautiful cards. Got loads of flowers left. I've got loads more design series paper, but I hope you liked. I hope you give it a go. I'd love a thumbs up, but I seem to see a lot of these beautiful cards on the internet, and everybody loves that beautiful set. So there we go, and it's an online exclusive kit as well, so have a look online. Till next time, love to you all. Bye.